Hey everyone. It feels like everywhere you turn these days, there's a new AI tool for practically everything.
Yeah.
Writing and design and coding. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
can be a lot to keep up with.
Totally.
And I bet a lot of you are hitting that same wall I am, subscription fatigue.
Oh, for sure.
It's like every single one of these awesome AI tools comes with
Yeah.
another monthly fee.
Exactly.
And who can afford to pay for like a dozen different platforms?
Right. And on top of that, who even has the time to learn all those different interfaces?
Oh, it's rough out there.
It is.
But the good news is this is kind of a problem everyone's having, and it's driving a new trend.
Absolutely.
The rise of AI suites.
Yeah. Think of it like
Okay.
the all-in-one streaming service, but for your AI needs.
Oh, I like that.
One platform, a bunch of tools,
Okay.
and hopefully, a much lighter hit on your wallet.
That is exactly what we are diving into today.
Nice.
Nucleus. They are making a pretty bold promise. One-time payment, access to over 30 premium AI tools.
Wow.
No more subscription headaches.
That sounds really
Listen,
good.
I'll admit I'm always a little skeptical of anything that sounds too good to be true.
Right.
So we're going to break it all down, see if Nucleus actually delivers on what they're promising.
Yeah.
And most importantly, figure out if it's the right fit for you.
Absolutely. And that's the key point, right? Cost saving is super appealing.
Of course.
The real question is the value.
Yeah.
Are these tools actually top tier? Like, does Nucleus compromise on quality to offer this kind of package deal?
Yeah.
And what about data privacy and security when you're trusting so much to a single platform?
Okay. So before we get too deep into the details,
Sure.
let's just lay out what Nucleus is actually offering.
Okay.
They've got this group of tools they call the Magnificent Seven. They're flagship AI tools, and we're talking names you definitely recognize. ChatGPT 4o Plus, Google Gemini Ultra Advanced, Dall-E HD, Whisper AI Text-to-Speech, Midjourney Mega, Microsoft Copilot Pro.
Whoa. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
That's a lot of big names.
Right.
And Leonardo AI Pro, Meta Llama 3.1.
Yeah, it's a lot.
This is where it gets interesting, right? Because these are some of the biggest players in the AI space,
Yeah.
each with their own strengths and weaknesses. And individually, subscribing to even a few of these would be a pretty hefty investment.
Oh, yeah, especially for
Yeah.
solopreneurs or small businesses.
Absolutely. So Nucleus, bundling all of them together definitely raises some eyebrows.
Right, and then you look at what they claim you can do with all these tools, and it's almost too much to wrap your head around.
Like what?
We're talking content creation, coding, building entire websites, generating videos and images,
Wow.
SEO optimization, voice cloning,
No way.
even movie making.
You're kidding?
It's a lot.
It's like everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where caution is needed, right? Marketing can sometimes get ahead of reality.
Yeah, for sure.
While some of these capabilities are definitely possible with these tools, the level of polish, the ease of use, the really professional looking results,
Yeah.
those are the details we need to look at closely.
Okay.
Are we talking about rough drafts that still require tons of human input? Or are these tools actually producing finished high quality output?
That's a great point.
Right.
We don't want to get caught up in all the hype without looking at the actual reality of using these tools day to day.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, Nucleus talks a big game about their platform's ease of use and seamless integrations.
Okay, yeah.
They've got this single dashboard, supposedly super user-friendly, and direct integrations with things like WordPress and social media and email marketing platforms.
That's huge for efficiency, right?
Yeah.
If you're constantly jumping between different interfaces, wrestling with compatibility issues, or just spending hours figuring out how to make things work, then all those cost savings from the one-time fee just become irrelevant. You're losing time, which means you're losing money.
Exactly. And you can't go anywhere on the Nucleus website without seeing glowing testimonials. People claiming they doubled their business, replaced expensive freelancers, achieved incredible results, all thanks to this AI suite. It's tempting to just jump on board, but,
But hold on a second.
Yeah,
Testimonials are powerful marketing tools, but they are curated.
that's true.
We need to ask, what are the selection biases? Are there any negative reviews out there?
Yeah,
Can we find independent verification of these success stories?
good point.
It's easy to cherry pick the positive experiences, so we need to dig deeper to get the full picture.
All right, you always bring me back down to earth, but that's why you're here.
I try.
Okay, let's talk about the big thing in the room here.
What's that?
The one-time fee versus the subscription model.
Okay, yeah.
On the one hand, I'm sure every single person listening would love to ditch those monthly payments and get that subscription fatigue monkey off their back.
Oh, absolutely. That initial appeal is undeniable.
Yeah.
But we do have to think long term.
Right.
What's the catch? What happens if Nucleus as a company doesn't make it?
Ooh, good point.
Are updates guaranteed? How are they funding ongoing development and support with just a one-time payment model?
Yeah.
These are all crucial questions that could directly impact your investment.
All right, so we've got potential cost savings.
Yep.
A bunch of impressive AI tools all in one place, but some big questions about the long-term viability and whether the quality actually lives up to the hype.
For sure.
But before we jump into dissecting those magnificent 7, there's one more crucial thing we can't ignore.
What's that?
Security and privacy.
Oh, absolutely. This is paramount, especially with these AI tools.
Yeah.
You're feeding these systems your data, your creative ideas, potentially even sensitive business information.
Yeah.
Now, Nucleus claims they use strong encryption and that they don't access user data for advertising. But we need to go beyond those claims.
Right.
What does their privacy policy actually say? How do they handle data breaches?
Yeah.
What control do you have over your own information?
All right, so we've laid out the landscape here.
Yeah.
A lot of potential, but definitely some serious questions we need to address.
Oh, sure.
To make this deep dive actually useful for you guys. Let's roll up our sleeves and get into those specifics.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start by dissecting those magnificent 7 tools.
Okay.
We'll look at their strengths, their limitations,
Yeah.
and how they compare to other options on the market.
Good idea.
Then we'll tackle that one-time fee model head on.
Right.
And finally, we'll delve into those crucial aspects of security and privacy.
Sounds good.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll have a really clear picture of whether Nucleus is the AI powerhouse they claim to be. And more importantly, whether it actually aligns with your own needs and goals.
Oh, sure.
And don't forget, we've got a special bonus for our Digital podcast listeners.
Oh, yeah.
If you're interested in checking out Nucleus after this deep dive,
Okay.
make sure to click the link in the episode description.
Cool.
It'll give you access to some exclusive perks that you won't find anywhere else.
Love it.
But for now, let's get back to those magnificent 7.
All right, let's start with the big one.
Okay.
ChatGPT 4o Plus.
Okay.
Now, this is a tool that needs no introduction. It's been making waves for its advanced language generation capabilities.
Oh, for sure.
From writing blog posts and marketing copy to even crafting poems and coding.
It can do it all.
Pretty much.
But how does this 4o Plus version offered by Nucleus stack up against the standalone subscription?
Right.
Are there any differences in the features or limitations we should be aware of?
That's a great question, and the answer is kind of nuanced. From what we've gathered, Nucleus seems to be offering the full functionality of ChatGPT 4o Plus.
Okay.
So that includes things like the expanded context window, faster response times, and access to plugins.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah. But it is worth noting that OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is constantly rolling out updates and new features.
Right, they are.
So while Nucleus does promise to keep their platform up to date, there might be a slight lag compared to having a direct subscription with OpenAI.
Okay, so maybe a minor trade-off there.
Yeah, potentially.
For the convenience of having everything in one place.
Right.
Or what about Google Gemini Ultra Advanced? That's another big name in the AI language model game.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's supposed to be even more powerful than ChatGPT in some areas.
Yeah, Google Gemini is designed to be more multimodal.
Okay.
Meaning it can handle not just text, but also images, audio, and even video.
Wow, so it's like the next level.
It really is, and this makes it incredibly versatile for tasks like generating video scripts. Oh, wow.
Analyzing images and even creating interactive experiences.
Oh, so theoretically with Nucleus, you could use Gemini to whip up a video script.
Yeah.
Then hop over to Dall-E HD to generate some concept art, all within the same platform.
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome.
Sounds great, right? But again, we need to look beyond just those marketing claims.
Okay.
And consider how it actually works in practice.
Yeah.
How seamless are these integrations? Is there any loss of functionality compared to using these tools independently?
Right.
These are the details that are really going to determine whether Nucleus is truly streamlining your workflow or just adding another layer of complexity.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Exactly. And that's where things like independent reviews and user feedback become really crucial.
Absolutely.
We need to see how people are actually using Nucleus in the real world. What kind of results are they getting? Are they encountering any hiccups along the way?
Great point. All right, now let's move on to Dall-E HD, Midjourney Mega, and Leonardo AI Pro.
Okay.
These are your heavy hitters for image generation.
Nice.
Each has its own strengths and styles. Dall-E, for example, is known for its photorealism.
Okay.
And its ability to generate images from really complex prompts.
Oh, wow.
While Midjourney excels at creating more fantastical, artistic imagery.
So if I'm like a content creator who needs both realistic product photos and like whimsical illustrations for my brand, I could theoretically get both from Nucleus without needing separate subscriptions to Dall-E and Midjourney.
That's the idea, but this is where the premium aspect kind of comes into question.
Okay.
A lot of these image generation tools have different tiers with varying levels of resolution, speed, and commercial usage rights.
Oh, right.
So we need to see what exactly Nucleus is offering. Are they providing access to the top-tier versions of these tools, or are we getting kind of a watered-down experience? Okay, how about Whisper AI text-to-speech and Microsoft Copilot Pro?
Oh, yeah, those seem more geared towards productivity and automation.
Exactly. Whisper is incredible for transcribing audio and generating realistic voiceovers.
Oh, very cool.
While Copilot is basically like having an AI assistant that can help you with coding, research, and even writing.
So for someone like me who's constantly interviewing guests for the podcast, and then spending hours transcribing those interviews.
Oh, I feel that.
With Whisper could be a game changer.
Absolutely.
And then Copilot could help me streamline my research process, maybe even draft scripts more efficiently.
Potentially, yes. But again, we need to look at the specifics of what Nucleus is actually offering.
Okay.
Are there any limitations on the length of audio you can transcribe with Whisper? Does Copilot integrate seamlessly with the specific software and platforms you use for your work?
Yeah, these are great questions, and it really highlights the importance of doing your research.
Absolutely.
Before jumping into any new platform, no matter how tempting it might seem.
For sure.
All right, well, let's talk about MetaLlama 3.1. This one's a bit different from the others, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's designed to be more open and customizable.
Exactly. More of a platform for building other AI tools and applications.
Okay, does that mean that developers can tinker with it and create their own applications?
Exactly.
Wow.
This is where Nucleus's offering gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because if they're providing access to Llama 3.1 and the tools to actually customize it, that opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Wow.
You could potentially create AI-powered tools that are specifically tailored to your own needs.
That's pretty powerful.
It is. But it can also be a little intimidating.
Yeah, especially for those of us who aren't, coding wizards.
Right, and that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Nucleus claims to make this whole process user-friendly.
Okay.
But we need to see how that actually plays out in practice.
Yeah.
Do they offer templates and tutorials?
Yeah.
And support for people who aren't, coding experts?
Right.
That's something to think about.
Okay, so we've done a quick tour of the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of potential here, but also some crucial details we need to dig into.
For sure. And remember,
we
still need to address that elephant in the room.
That one-time fee.
Exactly. How does Nucleus actually make this model work financially?
Yeah.
What are the potential risks for users?
And we can't forget about data privacy and security.
Absolutely.
We need to understand how Nucleus handles our information and if their practices align with our values.
Exactly. So stay with us.
Yeah, stick around.
As we delve into those critical aspects in the next segment.
Okay, so we've talked about the Magnificent Seven and all the potential there. But let's get down to brass tacks and talk about the business model itself.
Okay.
This one-time fee. That's the big selling point, right?
It is.
No more subscription fatigue.
Yeah.
Just pay once, and you're in the AI club for life.
Sounds great.
But the question is it sustainable?
That is the million-dollar question, and frankly, there are a few ways this could work.
Okay.
But each comes with its own considerations.
Okay, so let's break those down. What are the most likely scenarios for Nucleus to make this model work financially?
Well, the first one, and probably the most obvious, is that they're betting on volume.
Okay.
They need a huge influx of users attracted by that low one-time price to offset the costs of developing and maintaining this whole platform, especially with all these premium tools integrated.
So it's kind of like the early days of software where you'd pay a huge sum up front for a CD-ROM.
Exactly.
But that model kind of went extinct, didn't it?
It did, and for good reason.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, the software landscape changed so rapidly, constant updates became absolutely essential.
Okay.
Not just for new features,
right,
but for security updates and bug fixes.
Yeah.
That's really hard to sustain without some kind of recurring revenue stream.
Which leads us to scenario number 2.
Right. They could be planning to introduce some additional paid features or services down the line.
Okay, so like what?
Well, maybe advanced customization options for Llama.
Okay.
Exclusive access to new AI tools, premium support packages, that kind of thing.
So the one-time fee gets you in the door.
Yeah.
But the real power users might end up paying more
potentially
to unlock the full potential. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Not at all.
As long as it's transparent.
Right.
And they're offering something that's actually valuable.
Exactly. It would definitely make their business model more robust.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's the third scenario?
Well, this one's a bit more speculative.
Okay.
They could be using this initial influx of users to gather tons of data that they could then use for other revenue streams.
Oh, okay. See, this is where the privacy concerns start to come in.
Absolutely.
We need to really dissect their privacy policy here.
Yeah.
What are they collecting? How are they using it? And most importantly, what kind of control do we have over our own data?
Yeah, this is where you as the listener really need to be proactive.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly accept those terms of service.
Read the fine print.
Exactly. Read them carefully, understand what you're actually agreeing to. If a platform is vague about their data practices, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah, good point. All of this makes me think about something else.
What's that?
Transparency.
Okay.
Nucleus puts a lot of focus on these big-name AI tools.
Yeah.
The cost savings, the ease of use. But what about the company itself?
Right.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
What's their track record?
That's their long-term vision for Nucleus.
Exactly. And it's interesting how little information is readily available about the company itself.
That's true.
That lack of transparency can definitely breed some mistrust.
Yeah. If they were really confident in their platform and their business model, why not be more upfront about who they are and what they stand for?
Okay, so bottom line here is we've got a lot of potential with Nucleus.
We do.
But also some big question marks.
Yeah.
It's like one of those shiny new gadgets.
Aha! I like that.
Super exciting at first glance.
Yeah.
But you really need to read the manual before you know what you're getting into.
A perfect analogy, and that's exactly what we've tried to do in this deep dive.
Yeah.
Give you that manual.
We've gone through the capabilities, the potential benefits, but also the potential downsides and the risks.
Absolutely.
So ultimately, the decision of whether or not to invest in Nucleus is up to you, our listeners.
That's right.
But we really hope this episode has given you the knowledge and the tools to make an informed choice.
Remember, the AI landscape is evolving incredibly rapidly.
Yeah, it is.
Platforms like Nucleus could be game changers, but they do come with new challenges and things we need to consider.
And that's why we're here at Digital Podcast.
That's right.
To help you navigate this exciting, but sometimes overwhelming world of technology.
Absolutely.
And if you're intrigued by Nucleus and want to learn more,
we've
got a special link in the episode description.
Check it out.
With some exclusive bonuses just for our listeners.
Awesome.
And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure to subscribe to Digital Podcast for more insightful deep dives.
Oh, absolutely.
Into the world of AI, digital tools, and the future of tech.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep exploring and keep innovating.